Today, I would like to introduce a heroine, Zhang Mou Jun, an educator, calligrapher, and poet who not only participated in the 1911 Xin Hai Revolution in the late Qing Dynasty, but later also dedicated herself to selecting talents for the nation. In 2019, when I curated the exhibition of Ambassador and Mrs. E.F. Drumright's ink diplomacy, I came across a remarkably powerful and rare piece of calligraphy. The calligraphy read, "Firm as a rock pillar in raging waves, both admire the virtue of benevolence between Americans and Asians. With persistent faith and mutual assistance among the people, the world transforms, leading into a new destiny. This is the grand plan blessed by goddesses and humanity." This means that Ambassador Drumright and his wife stood strong and fearless amidst turbulent times, like a pillar in a torrential current. The people of America and Asia all cherish the virtue of benevolence. If everyone possesses unwavering determination, like water droplets wearing through stone, and helping one another, they can turn the tides, change the course of events, and open a new destiny. People would then joyfully praise this magnificent and grand vision. The smaller text below is February 29th, the 49th year of the Republic of China, 1960, dedicated to Ambassador Everett F. and Mrs. Drumright with admiration. Zhang Mou Jun of Shuxiang. The inscription indicates the calligraphy gifted to Ambassador Drumright's couple, expressing hope that they would cherish it. Zhang Mou Jun, 1884 to 1965, born in Shuxiang, Hunan, modern-day Shaanxiang County, Shanghai City. Her name stumped me for over a month due to the cursive script character Jun in her signature. She published over more than 10 volumes of poetry and books, as well as 155 articles in newspapers or magazines. I collected her rare edition 1 to 4 volumes of the Dar Ning Tang collection. Dar Ning Tang may be the hall name of Zhang's family in Xinxing. However, here is the collection of her own poems or articles she published during her life. With the cover calligraphy by Wu Jingheng, also called Mr. Wu Zhihui, 1865 to 1953. He was one of the founding elders of the Republic of China. Chiang Kai-shek named Wu as the saint of modern China and the veteran of the Chinese Nationalist Party. These volumes printed in June 1960. Here are several poems and calligraphies that even AI struggles to fully decipher, and in the current AI database, these images not included yet. Both underscored the rarity of these historical insights. 1906, age 22, studied at Shanghai's Wubin Girls' School, joined the Tongmenghui Revolutionary Alliance through Huang Xing's recommendation, and formed a close friendship with the revolutionary martyr Qiu Jin. Engaged in poetry exchanges with members of a southern society, including Yu Yuren and Xiao Yuanchong. 1907, Qiu Jin visited Zhang's residence before her arrest, but Zhang was absent. Qiu left a final message before her execution. After Zhang graduating from the top of her class from Wubin Girls' School, the Qing official Duan Fang appointed Zhang Mou Jun as the provost at Suimin Girls' School in Jiangsu. As a revolutionary, Zhang repeatedly carried grenades with the intention of assassinating Duan Fang but refrained each time due to the many students nearby. This photograph, taken in the winter of 1911 at Songlong Tingke Garden in Wuhui, Suzhou, now part of Suzhou University's West Campus, after Zhang Mou Jun assisted her father, Zhang Tongdian, courtesy named Buchuan, to restore the Suzhou province. She subsequently founded and served as editor-in-chief of the Jiangsu Dehan newspaper. This 1912 photograph of Zhang Mou Jun at age 28 featured on the cover of the April 1984 issue of Chenghui magazine, which included an article by Wu Jimei detailing Zhang's life and anecdotes. A quarter of the article focused on her colleague Xiao Yuanchong, who was 6 years her junior. Overcoming numerous obstacles, Xiao not only met Zhang's 2 marriage criteria: first, that she would only marry someone who had studied abroad, and second, only a general, but also sent her his published works. This marked the beginning of a happy marriage, and they married when Zhang was 41. A humorous anecdote recounts how, on the eve of their wedding, while decorating the ceremony hall on Shanghai's Jing'an Temple Road, a restaurant worker asked her, "Madam, what time will your daughter arrive tomorrow?" leaving Zhang both laughter and tears. On September 10, 1924, Zhang Mou Jun and Xiao Yuanchong were married, with Yu Yuren presiding over the ceremony and Dai Jitao serving as the matchmaker. Between 1918 and 1919, when Zhang was 34 to 35 years old, the Ministry of Education dispatched Zhang Mou Jun to study women's education in Europe and the United States. She enrolled at Columbia University in New York to specialize in education and served as the president of the Chinese Students' Alumni Association in New York. This photograph captures her during her time at Columbia University and shows her wisdom and stunning. This calligraphy is by Xiao Yuancheng, 1890 to 1936, courtesy name Iru. The inscription means it is a manuscript in poetry for the first examination of the government at Baiwa Chaotang, where the place that Tang's famous poet Tu Fu lived at Chengdu City, Sichuan. Dated July of the 20th year of the Republic of China, 1931, at the examination office of the first higher education examination that Xiao served as the director. This calligraphy is by the 81-year-old elder Chen Sanli, 1853 to 1937, renowned as the last expert in the Jiangxi poetry school in traditional style. He is the father of the renowned scholar Chen Yinke. Chen Sanli had composed the epitaph for Zhang Mou Jun's grandfather, Zhang Haiying Jianan, making him a respected elder in Zhang's life since childhood. This poem praises Mou Jun's poems and wrote in 1933. In 1931, Zhang received two ruler gifts, a Zhengui ruler from Zhou Dynasty and a Huangluguan ruler from Han Dynasty. Chen Sanli then named the Jade Ruler Tower for Zhang's study studio. Subsequently, references to the Jade Ruler frequently appeared in her poetry and in others' writings about her. Jade Ruler Tower poem, with a notation by Chen Yan, 1856 to 1937, courtesy name Shi, a modern poet who once served as an advisor to Taiwan Governor Lu Mingxuan and a viceroy of Huguang Zhang Jidong. On September 6th of the lunar calendar, 1933, while Zhang Mou Jun was overseeing examinations during her birthday, Xiao Yuancheng authored a 6-page congratulatory poem to celebrate for her. Zhang assumed the role of chief examiner for the second higher education examination on October 16th and returned home until November 15th after a month in confinement. Following the results announcement, Zhang composed a poem to celebrate the first 2 female candidates who passed the exam. She had always advocated for women's education, opposing suggestions to lower the passing score for women and insisting on gender equality. Shen Yimo referred to her as Ms. Hai Jun. Another person called her as this too, though it is unclear if this was her another courtesy name. Jiajingda, 1880 to 1960, inscribed in September 1934 when the book was ready to publish. The CI poems on the Pavilion of Red Trees and White Clouds Mountain, whereas at Baiyin Mountain, Rongzhou, Guangxi, and the Chiang Kai-shek's presidential residence is at nearby. Jia, an imperial scholar of Qing Dynasty in 1904, served as a county magistrate, then held various important positions. After arriving in Taiwan, he served as the chief examiner for the 2nd and 3rd junior and senior civil services examinations from 1951 to 1952, and later as minister of the examination yuan from 1952 to 1954, making him Zhang Mou Jun's superior. Chen Hongguang, 1879 to 1957, at age 24, became a Yuri during the Guangxi reign for passing the provincial imperial examination. He also excelled in painting, calligraphy, and seal carving. His calligraphy, particularly in seal and regular script, that people highly regarded them. In 1912, he became a member of the first Jiangsu Provincial Assembly. He moved to Taiwan in 1949. Upon his passing, the President Chiang Kai-shek awarded him the commendation Erudite and Noble Moral Integrity. His works include collected writings of Hongguang and collected poems of Hongguang. In the spring of 1935, she accompanied Igong, her husband, Xiao Yuancheng, to pay respects at the bridge tomb of the Huangdi, Yellow Emperor in Shaanxi. In the autumn, they took a photo while traveling. She compiled these travel notes into the book, Whispers from the Western Frontier. These 2 photographs of the couple are exceptionally rare because Xiao Yuancheng, in December 1936, Chiang Kai-shek summoned him to Xi'an, Shaanxi for a meeting and tragically lost his life during the Xi'an incident. Chen Hongguang also inscribed, Huang Hai Ping Jia Long. It is evoking the image of a Kalavinka bird, a mythical bird with a beautiful voice, singing over the Yellow Sea. This photograph took in the 30th year of the Republic of China, 1941, in Yuzhou, modern-day Chongqing, Sichuan. In 1941, the poem's collection of Upright Spirit Cries Out to Heaven, published with the title inscribed by Wu Jingheng. This compiled her poems, mourning Xiao Yuanchong over the years. This piece is by Wang Dong, 1890–1963, a renowned modern Chinese CI poet, writer, calligrapher, educator, and scholar. After 1937, he served as a member of the Control Yuan. After reading Zhang's above-mentioned book, he inscribed this and served as a tribute to the late Mr. Yiru, Xiao Yuanchong. In the summer of the 37th year of the Republic of China, 1948, Zhang stands at the Tin Shao Gu, the pavilion for listening to Chinese classical music within the Yinlu, where at Longdong fairy mountains of Xiangxiang. She transcribed countless Buddhist scriptures in here. 1945, poems collection of Animus Unveiled, title inscribed by Wu Jingheng. She compiled her poems and writings from 1939 to 1948 into the above volume. However, she asked Wu Jingheng to inscribe 3 years prior. This is a short anecdote Hu Shi wrote in 1947. He recalled, "Over 40 years ago, I attended a sports meet at Shanghai's Wuban Girls' School. On the stage, a female student wielded a large brush to write the 4 characters, Our Might Resounds. That student was none other than Ms. Zhang Mou Jun, who later presided over national examinations, graded essays, authored articles, and composed poetry in the capital. I, who clapped and marveled among the thousands of pupils that day, now write this inscription on Ms. Mou Jun's poetry volume, my hair already completely white. I wished to compose a short poem about this memory, but unfortunately I could not. I can only write these plain words, fearing the examiner might still consider it an unacceptable paper and relegate me to the 4th class, means lower class than pass level." Hu Shi, the night of October 19th, the 36th year of the Republic of China, 1947. Hu Shi, born in Chuansha County, Songjiang Prefecture, Jiangsu, modern-day Pudong New Area, Shanghai, was 7 years younger than Zhang Mou Jun, making this personal recollection particularly valuable. Autumn 1949, she submitted an urgent proposal regarding critical educational issues which require immediate resolution. The reply from Mr. Huang Xiaogu, then director of the Director General's office, informed her that the Director General, then as President Chiang Kai-shek, highly valued both her suggestions. The first forwarded relevant Central Party units for further study, and the second sent to Premier Yan Xishan of the Executive Yuan for approval, with a special letter confirming the Director General's great emphasis on her recommendations. This title means The Classical Melodies at the Island in the Ocean, with a seal script titled by Chen Hongguang. This work contains Zhang's works and poems after May 1949, following her move to Taiwan. Yingjiao may refer to the mythical islands Yingzhou and Yuanjiao, 2 of the 5 Immortals Mountains mentioned in ancient Warring States legends, here symbolizing Taiwan. In 1944, she proposed rebuilding the Navy and strengthening national defense. Consequently, the military commission recalled Gui Yongqing back to China and appointed Gui Commander-in-Chief of the Navy to establish the naval force. On May 1, 1951, during the dedication and consecration ceremony of the Martyrs' Memorial Tower of Naval at Zuoying, Kaohsiung, Gui Yongqing invited Zhang Mou Jun to inscribe a poem. He acknowledged that the Navy's development was indebted to the proposal of Teacher's Wife, as Gui had been a student of Xiao Yuanchong. This earned Zhang Mou Jun the honorific title Mother of the Chinese Navy. Here, I would like to express my special thanks to my brother, sister-in-law, and nephew for taking these precious photos for me. During my 3 years at Haiqing Middle School, I rode my bicycle passing this memorial tower twice daily. Never did I imagine that over 50 years later, I would be composing her biography. Zhang photographed at Kaohsiung Harbor while presiding over the 2nd special examination for river and sea navigators. She inscribed, leaning against Qi Mountain and drinking and disgorging the Eastern Sea. Portrait of Mr. Zhang Mou Jun, respectfully painted by Zhang Gunyan. For respecting and honoring her, most people will use Mr. instead of Mrs. or Ms. Zhang Gunyan, 1906 to 1987, also a good friend of Ambassador Everett F. Drumright's couple, was a member of the Seven Friends Painting Society and a renowned traditional Chinese painter from Shanghai. This portrait painted in the spring of 48th year of the Republic of China, 1959. This photograph took in 1959 at her study studio in Yuanshan, Taiwan. Another photograph from the 10th month of the lunar calendar in the same year, 1959, showing Zhang Mou Jun in the garden of the Jade Rill Mountain Retreat. This is a calligraphic piece by Heroine, inscribed for Literary Collection of the Jade Rill Mountain Retreat. In June 1960, Collected Works of Da Ning Tang, published. This volume compiled all her previously mentioned poetry collections, printed and published by the editorial committee of the Chinese series of books. She passed away on January 30th, 1965. By May 1970, the two top scholars Zhang selected in the first examination she presided over, her daughter, nephew, and other relatives collaborated to posthumously collect her writings composed after the Collected Works of Da Ning Tang into a new book, titled Commemorative Collection for Mr. Zhang Mou Jun, with an inscription by Mr. Sun Ke. The book included the presidential citation from President Chiang Kai-shek and numerous photographs of the public paying respects along her funeral procession, demonstrating the profound admiration and love for this great heroine and educator. Finally, I would like to introduce one of her authentic works. Special thanks to my friend Wu Guiying for introducing teacher Zhang Liang, who helped me to identify a few cursive scripts which I could not figure out. Owing to some rare words she also guessed, I then turned to AI, which found them challenging too. I luckily found the answers in the first volume of Collected Works of Da Ning Tang. This poem not only described how, at the examination hall, near Jade Mountain on the island, Taiwan, she continued her dedication, sparing no effort in selecting the finest talents for the nation, but also reminded us that the immense hardships endured while overseeing examinations, such as the hot and humid weather in the summer or fall seasons without air conditioning, are far beyond the imagination of now people. The poem reads, "The envoy star leans distant against the high Jade Mountain. Swirling and rippling, the gigantic monster-like fish echoes with emerald-colored waves. In the autumn, with its vast and profound scenery, I hope to select the best talents. Blowing clear and resonant sound on an instrument made by the leg bone of an animal beneath my feet was a divine turtle. The swirling tide surges, a round-wheel moon dance solitarily. The brilliant literacy reveals and shines on the bustling city and wide roads. I enlightened the seabed with precious rhino horns, for preventing any real pearls left beneath the vast ocean." Poem from the Jade Ruler Tower on the Oceanic Island in the examination hall for selecting the talents during fall season. For Mr. Kongning's advice and correction, Zhang Mou Jun. Who was Mr. Kongning? He was Li Kongning, 1910 to 1968. Originally from Fujian, he settled in Ilan, Taiwan as a child and was known for his poetry and literary works. His couplets and inscriptions were famous throughout Ilan, with his calligraphy preserved in major temples. His poem, Thousand-Year Cypress. Pines and cypresses companion for 1,000 ages. Let the vicissitudes of life change at will. Taiping Mountain is fortunate, producing pillars of the nation year after year. Won first place in the impromptu poetry competition at the National Poets Conference on the Double Ninth Festival, 9th day of the 9th lunar month, in 1966, celebrating President Chiang Kai-shek's 80th birthday. In the next session, I will introduce Tan Shu, another key figure, besides Yu Yurin, who attracted me into the research of these Chinese paintings. Thank you for viewing. Stay tuned.